Hey folks, we have natural gas prices pushing their all-time highs, largely attributed to many countries leaning into natural gas to meet their carbon emission targets. And I've got one company that is fueling Colombia's clean energy transition that can only be comparable at scale to something like a Canacol Energy, a gas company that was producing upwards of 200 million cubic feet per day recorded in 2020. This company is on track to ramp to 30 million cubic feet a day, and if they continue to scale to where I think they're going in the future, we're talking about something that will translate into $1 million a day in cash flow. And of course, the company we're talking about, if you are OG to this channel, NG Energy International Corp, trading on the TSXV under GASX, and just dropped a bomb of a news shell, if that made any sense, a bombshell of news here. So we're going to dive down into what this news relates to and how I see it unlocking literally the crown jewel of this company. So in the clarity of my transparency, just do the channel a favor, folks, hit that like button and let's get right into this. So NG Energy International is trading for $1.31 CAD a share. We're not seeing the all-time highs that they hit earlier this year, but still trading up 34%. For those of you that aren't aware, this company is run by an incredible team. One gentleman, the CEO, Serafino Lacano, has had incredible success with gas companies in the past, especially with one called the Pacific Rubiales. The company he scaled to $1 billion market cap in its prime, and this current project that he's working on consists of 3 major blocks in Colombia, being Tiburon, the Maria Cachita project, and Sinu 9. Now, we've covered Maria Cachita in the past, but because some of the biggest value that's getting unlocked is through the Sinu 9 project, this is what we're focusing on in this video because they just got permitting to start drilling. So I'm going to dive down into this article. This news literally just came out and is what is attributed to the stock, I believe, running so aggressively here. But it says that GASX, as the ticker symbol as we call it, GASX is pleased to announce all environmental requirements asked by the National Environmental Licensing Authority, the ANLA, have been met and has granted through resolution number 1578 of September 6, 2021. The environmental license, which allows exploratory drilling at their Sinu 9 block, including the construction of civil work, production infrastructure, and the construction of up to 11 locations for a total of 22 wells to develop. Like, this is just staggering, right? Like, this is one of the hammer and nails to a company. I imagine it was really stressful on their end trying to get this stuff approved. The company will begin construction of the road and the pad for the first well, the Majiko 1X, immediately. The drilling rig has been contracted and is standing by at the location near the concession, ready to be mounted and begin drilling by the first week of November 2021 under the direction of the CPVEN. The Majiko 1X well is the first well in a fully funded 4-well drill program to be conducted by the CPVEN and will be followed by the drilling of 3 other wells on the property here, folks. From the executive chairman, quoted saying that the company is pleased to have met all the environmental requirement requests by the ANLA, and we as a management team are very excited to begin work on the company's crown jewel block Sinu 9. We'll start our exploration program focusing on these 3 properties mentioned above in that area, which shows strong evidence of gas-bearing formations due to the presence of Class 6 AVOA interpretations with several flat and bright spots, which we can see in this image here. They show the unrisked best estimate prospective resource for the WI or the BCF here, guys. The prospects set up pretty high. This is where we're going to see some major value unlocked in the coming months. But continuing about the Sinu 9 project, guys, the company's flagship Sinu 9 is a 311,000 acre block located in northern Colombia in the lower Magdalena and San Jacinto, if I'm saying that correctly, basins, which are 2 basins with the largest gas and light oil potential in the entire country. The block has been successfully tested for dry gas through the Hakizo, if I'm saying that correctly, 1 well, which was drilled to 4,500 feet Ecopetrol CA in 1992. The area has excellent infrastructure with open access to national oil and gas pipeline and the coverage of a reliable electricity grid. Now, the block is adjacent to Canacol Energy, which we mentioned, Colombia's largest independent gas producer that has a 2P reserves of 637 BCF and a production of 172 MMCF forward-looking 2020 here, folks. And we can just scroll down and see that they're exactly in adjacent to it. Now, this news is so much bigger than I think people can imagine, because obviously sitting on these properties one thing, but actually getting the permits to pull the gas out of the ground, and the fact that they already have partnerships with literally the largest utility providers in Colombia, the fact that they're right next to Canacol, and their wells have been showing incredibly healthy prospects. It's incredible to finally see people picking this up on the stock, because what we mentioned in the past, guys, was was that it's unusual for a company like this in this industry to be so close to production and knowing the prospects that are available for the company to be flatlining. Clearly within the last month, people have started to figure this out. So it's nice to see the stock actually rallying to where it probably deserves to be, in my humble opinion. But this is a story I'm going to continue to follow. This is a company that reached out to me, and I have been following the board members. I've been keeping track of all of this. So if this is something that interests you personally, I highly recommend hitting that subscribe button. And again, I'm leaving the full disclaimers in the description below, but this is a company that I think has true potential, and these are words of my own volition. So in light of all of this, stay cool, stay awesome, and I look forward to catching you tomorrow.